Welcome to an out-of-the-box overview and playthrough video. Today I am going to look at Roll for Ruins by Heavy Punch Games. This is a dungeon crawling roll and write, and if you're familiar with Heavy Punch Games, you may recognize that this is based on their excellent Ruins Deathbinder, which came out a couple of years ago on Kickstarter. This was a game with you moved through a dungeon, you fought monsters, and the neat thing about this game was it was like a reverse deck builder where you had deck leaking, as in you picked your cards and your deck got smaller and smaller. This is a roll and write version of Ruins. This is coming to Kickstarter. It's not currently up on Kickstarter at the time of this video, so everything you see here is preview, possibly changing between now and the Kickstarter and after the Kickstarter. I have been provided by the files in order to do a video. I've also been playtesting this for many weeks, so I've seen lots of versions of this, and so let's see how it plays. So the game itself is a dungeon crawl. So you have a chapters. So there's, in what I've been given, I've got 3 chapters, and you move through levels trying to escape the dungeon. And each time you make strategic choices, which I'll go through later on in a minute. And the aim is to get to the boss. There's a boss monster at the end. So we've got some interesting icons, but the thing that's really unique, I like about this, I haven't seen before, is the kind of dashboard that you get. You've got these monster, I guess, sliders that you move in and out depending on which monster you're fighting. So either you've got no monster, no enemy, all the way up to boss monsters at the bottom. So I have laminated this and cut holes so I can actually use it. So what have we got? It's a dice-based game, so it's a roll and write. So you have dice. Your dice represent your combat across 2 different colors. So you'll see that the enemies have dice of different colors that you have to use to fight against them. You roll the dice, you beat the number, you defeat 1 health from the creature, and then if you lose the dice, and when they run out of health, you get a reward. That has a kind of a time track along the top, Blight, and every time you move in a different part of the dungeon, it has a little Blight number, either 0 or 1. I think there's some 2s kicking around, so your choices matter. Those then tick off your Blight. If you get to 19 Blight, you're defeated. Underneath the Blight gives you an idea of which enemies you're going to be fighting if you trigger an enemy encounter. So as you move through your dungeon, you'll see there's these little symbols, icons. They are either Torments, which are bad things, or they're graces, which are good things. As you hit each one of them, you cross them out. When you get 3, they trigger. So if you get 3 of the little teeth ones, those are encounter enemy. Once you hit those, whatever Blight value you're at will determine which enemies pop up in that part of the dungeon. And say if I got 4 little campfires, or 3 little campfires, once I do that, I can cash those in for -4 Blight. Then there are dice effects. So we roll our dice, we apply those dice against the current enemies, but we've also got ways of doing dice manipulation. So if we've got 2 red dice here, say, we can do +1 on one of the dice. By moving them down, we can use 3 effects per turn and across our dice and trigger any effects that we've unlocked. So one of the stars, if you collect 3 stars, you unlock another effect. So you can slowly unlock these different effects that can do things like +3 to a dice, but you have to lose a dice. And then there's mystery. So you can go -1 on a blue dice, and then you get to re-roll one of your red dice. Each enemy has a Blight symbol, so it'll pop when its Blight symbol turns up. It has health, so you cross those off, 3 health and it dies. The dice that you're going to use to battle against it, and then a reward. Also, there's like a little running symbol. You can run away from a battle. So if you decide that it's getting too dangerous, this would cost you 1, and you have to cross off one of your graces to run away. And so if you had 2 things were going horribly wrong, you can run away. If you run out of dice, that's game over. If you get to 19 Blight, that's game over. You need to get to the boss and defeat the boss, and that allows you to complete the chapter, and then you move on to the next chapter. There's some special rooms that pop up, tunnels that let you to move around. You can draw new paths. The game is very much managing your Blight so you don't get a defeat. Picking paths to unlock things you want. Sometimes you have to go ways that means that you take less Blight, but you get more Torments. Maximizing your graces. You start with 4 blue and 4 red dice, and you can get more dice and more green dice and slowly build. So it's like character building. I guess the easiest way to see it is to play a game. So that's why I've kind of zoomed it out a little bit, because it takes a little bit of space, not a huge amount. So here we go. So I've got my extra dice here. I'm going to grab my dice tower. Okay, I've got my dice tower in place now, and everything's set up. So let's have a go at my first game here. So I'm over here. If you look at these marks here, they are where you can start. So you've got decisions of where you start for each level as you move through it. I am going to pick, I quite like having a battle early on because it allows me to get some more experience. You also get to pick 1 dice effect, and I am going to pick this one. This is a good one that allows me to add +1 on one of my red dice, which is always handy because red dice turn up quite a lot. So first turn, I am going to go here, and that's 1 Blight, and I get 1 encounter. When I get 3 of those, then I get a real encounter. Next one, I have no choice, so I take that one. I kind of see this as a kind of like a tutorial level. Another Blight. Then I've got a test, which doesn't cost me any Blight. Tests are down here. When I get 3 tests, I roll a dice, and then depending on your current Blight level, that determines what happens in the test. Good things sometimes happen, sometimes they're bad things. A little bit of randomness. Then I've got a choice. I can either go 1 and start unlocking another effect, or I can do 0 and get a camp. Camp is always good because 3 of those reduces your Blight, which stops you being defeated, which is always a good thing. I'm going to go with that because that's a good investment in my future. Then we're going to hit our first encounter. So we hit this one here. It costs us 1 Blight, and it means we have to, we've got now 3 in our counter enemy. So we rub those off, and we're doing an encounter. So here I've got 2 Blight symbols on the Blight track. So it's the first 2, and they are both white. So I get to fight these 2 guys. They have health of 2. I get some nice rewards. It would cost me 2 to run away from them, and they're both using red. So you pick 2 red dice to match what they're going, and I need more than a 3 and a 4. Ooh, okay. So I put these down straight away. Actually, that's a dumb idea. I'm going to put them like that. So I can use my effect now. So I've got 2 red dice, so I can move them down to the effect. Oh no, I did get them around the wrong way. Oh, that's not going to help, is it? Because if I can increase the left, I can only increase the right dice, and that's not going to help me. So That's a shame. So I'm going to have to, that one I will lose. Bye-bye dice. This one, I will do 1 damage. Better grab another dice and do another round. Ooh, okay, that's better. So, because it's a 3, it's equal. No one wins, but I get to keep my dice. This one is a 6, so this guy's dead. I'll just cross that off, and I get 1 camp for free. Well, my reward for killing him. So that's good. 1 to go. So I need more than a 3. A 4. That's a good. And the only danger here is I don't have enough dice to use my effects. But it's alright. I get a 5. This one's health of 2, so I kill that one. I get a star, which is going to be good investment in my future. I get to keep that dice. Right, now I get to go up. So it's a 0 blight. I'm up to level 2. So I can either pick a test, or I can go 0 blight and get one of these little splodges, which is a torment -1 blue dice. I think that's probably the best idea, because I'm going to have to go through there anyway. I mean, if you wanted to do the test, that would be good, but I think I'll go straight into there. So I take that torment. Then I have no choice. So that's 1. And I do an encounter. And now I've got a choice. Oh, well, they're both camp. That one's quite good though, because I get a key. But then I have to go through that anyway. Extra blight. Or I can go straight down. This rectangular, this kind of prism one is really good because it gives you a plus a green dice. You can use a green dice for either blue or red. So that's a really good thing to have. The question is, I'm on 1 encounter. I wouldn't have my next encounter to the next layer. It's sometimes good to do encounters, and a key would allow me to unlock more pathways, but you still need 3 keys. So I would literally have to go round here to get multiple keys, which is expensive. But keys are handy. I'm gonna ignore the key. I'm gonna go shortest route. But I think I want the encounter. So I am gonna go this way. I have the camp. So I've got three camps. So they go, I get -4 blight. I'm back to, he's gone. I'm back to 0 again, which is handy. Then we have to go down here. So we get another encounter, and we've got 1 blight. Then I get 1 encounter, 1 blight and a key. And then I've got 2 blight and a green dye one. Then I've got 1 and a star. Then I've got a choice of a test or just get out of here. But they're all 0s. So I'm kind of picking up. I'll take a test, and then I'll take a star, which allows me to unlock another effect. So, I think I'm going to grab the swap. If I'd had the swap last time, that would have been really handy. So that allows me to swap 2 red dice, which means this becomes far more versatile. And then I'm up. Okay, now we're into a bigger part of the dungeon. As we go up another level, I can either take a test, which is going to hit me, or I go for a key. I'm going to go with a key. Take a blight, grab another key, because keys are good. So to unlock, I can't unlock that one, but if I go this way, and then grab that key and then go straight down. Maybe I'll do that. I don't really want the tunnel though. If you go on the tunnel, it'll take me back to here. I get another camp. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Or if I go down to this tunnel, I go to there. Keep the key for later. So many choices. Stars. You know what? I'm going to use the tunnel. I'm going to go down this one. So I take a Blight and I get a star. Then I get a 0, but I take a loser dice. Oh, I could go to this one. This one will let me join it up. Because I'm getting a lot of Blight. But I do want this. Because that allows me a green dice and they're really good. So I'm going to go with the green dice. Cost me 2. I'm only 1 off a green dice now. Then a 0 to the tunnel. So I go to here. That's going to cost me 1. Getting some big nasties though. I could either go for the encounter and out, or I'm going to grab the I'm going to grab the camp. So that's another Blight. So I'm on 11 Blight now. Whoa. Another encounter, then we get a 0, which is a -1 red dice. I'm getting a lot of Torments, and that's going to cost me 1. And that's going to get me a sword, and then I'm out. Okay, now it's getting interesting. Do I want to encounter? Because you look at where I am. I'm at the kind of top end. If I get more Blight, I'm just going to get more vicious things versus taking a star. I think I'm going to take the encounter because I'm on 2. So take an encounter and we're going to see how it pans out. Okay, so we are now doing 12, so it means we've got a grey and a black. Okay, so the question mark is every turn that gets re-rolled. Ouch. So I guess we better roll it. So this turn it's going to be a 4. So I've got 2 blue. So this is the danger of not doing more encounters or keeping your Blight under control. So I've got 3 blue, 2 red. And let's see what we can do. Well, initially, that doesn't look too bad. That one's got 4 life, that one's got 3 life. That one I can't run away from because it's got an X. Okay, so I can use my effect now. Move that down and that turns into a 4 + 1. I don't have any blue ones because I didn't pick any blue ones, which is a bit of a pain. But that was my choice. So that's going to do 1 damage. Get my dice back. That dice is gone. That's going to do 1 damage. Get it back. Do another damage. And another damage. So that's pretty good. Next round, we'll roll this. And I'll get a 6, which is not great. So I've still got 3 blue and 2 red. Can't afford to lose too many more dice. Oops, almost over the board. Oh, over the side. Okay. So we've got a 4 and a 2. And then we've got a 2 and a 2 and 5. Okay, so we might as well. You know what? Well, that 2 keeps that neutral. We're going to die with the 2 anyway, so we might as well put the 5 there. So, we can use our dice effect again to turn that to a 3. So, That 4 is going to do 1 hit. The 2 does nothing. The 3 does nothing. Oh, this is good. The 4 does a hit. And then the 5 loses. But this one's dead, which is handy because he's only got 4 life. I've just done 4 life. I get a new reward, and he is dead. Good job. I just got this one to finish off, so I get a blue and a red. Let's see if I can do it without losing too many dice. Okay, so we get a 3, which isn't great, but we get a 4 there. So the 3 is going to be equals 4. We do 1 hit. He's dead as well, and we get a camp. Bye-bye. That turned out okay. I'm a bit worried. I really need to unlock another effect to do something with the blues, because that was a bit worrying. Okay, so where are we? Here we are. Okay, so I'm going to take a right here and get another camp. And that gets me my 3rd camp. Yay! Because I get 4 blight off. 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives me a bit more breathing room. So I'm on 8 blight. Okay. Got no choice, but I do unlock a key. So that's good to know if I need it, because I could use it here. What do I need? I really need a sword. The sword's over here. So if I come down here, grab the sword and go out, I think I'll do that. So I'll take a blight there, and that gets me a torment down there. Do I want to go to the tunnel? Keep the key to later. It's going to be 0, 0, 1. Whereas I do the tunnel. So that's going to cost me 1, 2, 3 to get out. If I do the tunnel, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get out. Okay, I'll go that way. Take a blight and grab another encounter. Then I'll go 0. And then take this one, 1 minus. So now I'm getting into danger because my torments are starting to load up. I'm going to use my keys to unlock a path, which cost me a blight as well, which seems like a insult, but never mind. Use my key. Okay, I use 1. I'm on 13, but I get a sword, and a sword gets me either a blue or red dice. And I like red. Red are far more valuable, I've found in this game. So I grab another red dice. Then I'm up, and that cost me 1 as well. So I'm on 14 blight. But I'm on level 5. So all I've got to do now is get to the boss and win. To beat the boss anyway. To beat this chapter. Okay. So I can well, there's no choice. I either have a fight or a fight. But there is a question of where I then go. We hit the tunnel. Where does that go? That goes up to there. That's no fun. But I get another sword. If I hit this one and then hit the tunnel. Oh, okay. What's that one? That one is remove 2 grace to remove 1 blight. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to help. The choice, so if I go that way, I'll do a whole lot of tests, which could be bad. But what do I really want? I want a green dice. That's what I want. I want this. But I've got no key, so that's not going to help. I guess I'll just pick a path. Let's go for the boss, and I hope I don't die from blight. And then camping, I need 3. Is there 3 on here? 1. I could pick up 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I could do that. I I might die by Blight. Let's hope not. Let's go for zeros and see how we go. Can I go straight down? If I go straight down, it's going to cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just can't make it. So I can't go straight down. Okay, let's try the tunnel. If I go to tunnel, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Just make it. Let's do that then. That's assuming I don't end up fighting someone on the way. So then we go to the tunnel. And then we go to the 0 ones. So that gives me a star. I have to go this way, so I get off. 4. So now we do a test. Right, so test is we roll a dice and see which one pops. Lucky green, I get a 2. If Blight is less than 13, I get stuff. If it's greater than 14, which it is, I get +1 encounter. So I get another encounter where I am. So that's my encounters. And I am getting 3 black ones. I am so dead. I did rush through this a little bit. Anyway, let's see what we've got. So that's a 4, that's a 5, and well, if I survive, I'll be in a really good position. Anyhow, we've got 1 red. Oh, that's 1, perfect. So I can have 1, 2, 3, 4 reds, 1, 2, 3, 4 blues, but I've only got 3. So I need to roll 1 for that last one, and that's a 2. Okay, let's get them. I've got to only count what's in the box. Okay, so initially I'm just going to place these to see where we stand. Pretty good on red. Blue is looking not as bad. It's whether I want to do damage or I definitely, if I can get that to a 4, which isn't going to help. So I really need to keep that there. Okay, I can't do much with the blue, but what I can do is I can use my skill here as my first effect to turn that one to a 4. Okay, and then I can use my second effect to do a swap. So that means I'm going to get a killing stroke on that one. Ultimately, I might just run away. It's going to cost me 4 things to run away. What's that dice doing there? Did that pop out? You must be. You go back in the box. There we go. We'll have a 5. Thank you. In that case, I will have done it with those ones. That's better. Okay. Can't do anything with the blues. Yeah. Okay, so that 4 is going to do a hit. That 4 is going to do a hit. That 6 is going to do a hit. The 3 is going to do a hit. The 1 is going to die. The 3 is going to do a hit. The 3 is going to do a hit. And then I have to take a damage. And I can use any of my dice to take the damage. I guess I should take it with a red. So because I haven't allocated one, it comes out of my dice pool. So now I've got a choice. I haven't got that many dice left. but we could try and survive. Where are we? I want to get to the boss, don't I? Because what I can do, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 graces, and it takes me 4 to run away, which is very tempting because I'm not going to get anything new before the boss. I'm going to do that. So we've got the 4 little feet. Because I've done the first round, I'm going to say I'll use up my 4 graces, and we run away. Don't get any rewards, but I think it was going to be a tough call anyway. So we're back on, and we do a 0 for a test. Then we do a 1 for a fight, which I've now done. So, and then we go down for a 0. So I am on 18 Blight, and I hit boss number 1. I'm going to check the rules actually. I don't think we have to fight the others. I think we just fight the boss. It's been a while since I've hit the boss, so I'm pretty sure when we hit the boss, that is it. Triggers an encounter, no rolling, boss. Okay, boss number 1. Bring him on. Ooh. Black dice. I think that could be, there's something about black dice. I think black dice is either. I'm just going to check that because it's always good to make sure. There we go. Enemies, square, combat. I did read somewhere about the black dice. You just have to wait. Oh, but that's both red. Oh, okay. That's right, I remember. You roll a blue and a red and you pick the higher number. So this is for the black dice. You pick the 4. And then I roll for the, and that's a 6, so that's not great. So I am rolling 2 red and 2 blue. And that ain't bad, because I can block that one. Oh, that's a disaster. But I can take that one and take that one. I can't run away, but so 1 I'm going to lose. There's nothing I can do about that. 6 is a draw. But a 6 I win, do a hit. And the 1 I do a hit. Okay. So let's roll for the black dice. Oh, and it's going to be a blue one again. So we roll for the red dice and we get a 3, which is good. And we've got 2 and 2. So I've got 4 dice left. I might actually win. Not with that. Well, that's a block. That's a loss. That's a hit. And that's a hit. There's no point doing anything else. I should have unlocked. If I'd locked some more dice effects, things would have been better. Okay, so that's a hit. And a hit. And lose my dice. And a draw. So I'm down to 3 dice. They've got 5 health. I've killed 4. Might do it. Oh, perfect. Oh, actually, I think you keep on re-rolling them. Plus is Blight, both choose a higher value. I think I can't re-roll them until there's a higher value. And that's okay. Oh, ouch. I'll re-roll the 6 and we get a 2, so that's perfect. Now I've got 3 dice, so That's pretty bad. So we might survive. I think we're okay, actually. Anyway, let's try. So I can use my effect to turn that to a 3. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do it. So that dice gets destroyed, I lose. That one, I kill him and retain it, but I've still got to play it out. The 6, I take a hit, so I throw away the dice, and then I win with the 4. The boss is defeated. I think that was very lucky. So what do 6 hits, 5 hits, he's dead. I would get a star, and another camp. And I would have 1 dice to carry on. Ouch. So I think my engagement with chapter 2 would be rather quick. Anyway, here we go. I don't think I've beaten a boss before, and I was on 18. I usually die by Blight. Anyway, there we go. That is Roll for Ruins, a roll and write. Coming to Kickstarter soon. If you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe and like. Roll for Ruins.